This is your daily reminder to drink some water. We're living healthier lifestyles in 2023. Also, you guys like my new shirt?
Gotta get ready for Pumpkin Hill season, baby!
Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to draw Vector the Crocodile. Ace detective, fashion icon, piano master. I think out of all the recurring Sonic characters, Vector is probably one of the harder ones to draw. I definitely put him up there after Omega and Metal Sonic. Those robots, man. I'm telling you, they're hard to draw. Also, before we start, I just want to quickly promote my Ko-fi. We're gonna call it coffee because you buy me coffees with it. So go check out my coffee page. I have commissions open, or just donate, leave a tip, whatever you want. If you like the stuff I create and you definitely want to show your appreciation, then you definitely want to check it out. Without further ado, let's get started. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to start out with a rough outline, like you would when drawing any character. So for a Vector rough outline, we have the circle head shape with the guidelines of which way the face will point. We also have this line right here shooting outwards. This is going to be his crocodile snout. For his body, you're going to draw this S shape. I swear to God, my neighbors are always shooting fireworks for no reason. For the body, you're going to want to draw this S shape for his back. That will conclude over here. This is going to be his tail. And then on the other side, you're going to draw this curved line that's going to meet like so. It almost looks like a upside down flame or like a reverse comma. Then for his hands, you're going to want to just draw some basic rounded squares or circles. And then for his cuffs, we're going to have a sort of rectangular looking shape over here, and then a circle behind the other hand. You're also going to draw two curved lines for his legs, and then you're going to draw a shoe shape for, guess what? His shoes. I don't really know how to describe these shapes right here. Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are technically hexagons. At least this one is, because it has 6 sides. So you're gonna draw some hexagons, not traditional hexagons, for his shoe. Also, I forgot to mention, we're gonna draw this circle up here. This is gonna be the start of his, whatever you wanna call that. It's like a shoulder pad or something. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. You're just going to draw a circle for that. So that covers the outline. Let's move on to his face. So I've zoomed in a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw another line protruding out like this. And we're just going to kind of draw a little arc right here. And we're going to do another line like so. And then we're going to draw 2 straight lines like that. Connect them like this. So we're essentially drawing a box to kind of get an outline of his snout. And we're going to draw another line going like this, and then we're going to draw another box shape underneath. So you can kind of tell like how the snout is starting to shape. I'm actually going to move this down just a little bit. I think I drew it a little too high. Then we're going to draw a little bit of a curved line like so. Now I'm going to move on to the shape of his eyes. So I'm going to start kind of in the middle and draw just a simple line like that. And then we're gonna draw a curved-ish line going up like this, and then we're just gonna bring it back down like so. Then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side over here, up like that, and then down to about here. And then we're just gonna draw the other side of whatever you wanna call this. I guess it's technically part of his snout. Now let's add in some of the little details. So we're gonna draw a little bump right here for part of his nose, and then we're gonna fill in this part of his mouth, add the other nostril right here, and we'll add in a tooth, one right there, one right there. I'm actually gonna draw this nostril a little lower, and we're gonna draw another tooth right there, another one right here, that, and upwards like so. Now for his mouth, we're gonna go up like this, and there's actually a little bit of a triangle type shape that's not a tooth, it's like part of his mouth, like the side of his mouth. So we're gonna draw that, and then we're just gonna curve a line up like so. Now we gave him a nice little smile. Now we can go and erase some little unnecessary lines that we don't need anymore. And there we go. We got the mouth out of the way. Then on this side, we're gonna draw a line up like this that pokes out like so. Kind of comes like right here, I would say. And then we're going to draw a sort of flat line right here, which will be the top of his head. That's an important thing to note. Even though we drew a circle as a guide shape for his face, the top of his head is actually flat. And then we'll just kind of bring the back of his body around like so. I'm actually going to lower the opacity of the anatomy layer just so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so if you've been following along, then you should have something pretty similar to this so far. Now we're going to move on to a part that is kind of tricky to draw, and that is his headphones. And I know they look kind of complicated, but just relax. Stay with me here. I'll make this easy for you. So we're going to start by drawing a rectangle like so. Then we're going to draw a rectangle inside of the rectangle. Now we're going to draw a diagonal line like so, have it shoot up just like that. And we're going to draw another line over here, and then a diagonal line like that, and then like that. So I hid his head real quick. This is what you should have so far. Now we're going to make this inside rectangle 3D by drawing the line down like so. Diagonal line, line connecting the two. So all in all, you should have this as the shape of one of the earpieces. We're going to bring the head back. You're going to draw one line going up like so, and then another line parallel to that first line. Then you're going to draw a line going across his head like so, and then another line. I'm actually going to draw this a little higher, and then another line following that same path. We're going to bring it down like so, and finally we're just going to draw another line going underneath, and you should have something similar to this. So that's what we have for the headphones. Next, we're going to draw his hands, specifically his left hand. We're going to draw him making a fist. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by just drawing a line with a few bumps. Then we're going to draw a little curved line like this, and then another line like so. And you're just going to kind of do that same thing for each of his other fingers, aligning them with the bumps on the line that we drew earlier. And we're going to draw a line going up like this, and we're going to curve it around, and this is going to be his thumb. And there you go. You got yourself a basic fist shape. So next we're going to move on to his cuffs, which are essentially from this angle going to be a circle. And to make these look a little bit more three-dimensional, we're going to draw a line going up like this, and another line on the other side. And we're going to follow that curve shape that we originally drew, so you would have something similar to this. Just going to erase some lines to clean this up a little bit. And now we're going to add another line, which will act as part of the yellow stripe that goes around the cuffs. And each of his cuffs has a gold lock on it. So to draw that shape, we're just going to draw two diagonal lines and then just connect them. So there you go. That is one vector hand. Now we'll add his arm. So we're going to draw the circle shoulder pad shape thing. And we're going to draw a curved line like this. This will be his arm. And we're just going to draw a curved line like so. And a second one. So you have something similar to this. An important thing to note about Vector's arms is that they get wider the closer you get to his hand. So you see how it starts out a little bit skinnier up here, and it starts to widen as you go down. That's what you want to be looking for. Okay, let's move on to his other hand. So we're going to draw a line going up like so. This will also be a fist, similar to what we did last time. I'm actually going to rotate the canvas so you can better see what I'm doing here. Draw those same curved lines we did last time. Bring it up. We're going to add a line over here. And we're just going to do the same for each finger. Then we're just going to draw a curved line down here like so. And another one like this, going across his hands like so. Erase some of the unnecessary lines. And we're just going to add another line to his hand like this. And there we go. That's our second fist. So to draw this cuff, what we're going to do is we're going to draw kind of like a oval. Not not kind of an oval. We're going to draw an oval. I don't know why I said kind of. I guess technically it is kind of because it doesn't meet on the other side, but technically it does. It's just behind. I don't know, man. All right, now we're just gonna draw a line down like this and a line down like this. We're gonna connect them like this, and there we go. Now we're just gonna draw the yellow stripe going like so, and boom, hand number 2 is done. Now we're just gonna draw the arm shooting into the body like so. And so far now you can kind of see this is starting to look like Vector now. Okay, now the next part we're going to move on to is his gold chain. Now before we start, one thing I am going to do is I am going to move this arm, well, I guess both arms, down a bit. I realized that I drew them a little too high, a little higher than they should have been in the first place. If you're drawing on pen and paper, I'm sorry. But if you are drawing this on your computer, then thankfully you have that luxury to just move things up and down like that. Now, I think Vector's gold chain is tied with his headphones as the most difficult part of him to draw. It might even be number 1, I'm not gonna lie. Thankfully, I have a dedicated tutorial on how to draw Vector's gold chain. I uploaded it as a short on my YouTube page, and it is on my TikTok, so follow me on TikTok. A little bit of shameless self-promo there. Who am I kidding? Most of you are probably here from TikTok anyways. Anyways, this is the basic rundown of his gold chain. So we're gonna start by drawing just a basic guideline like so, running from right under his mouth up to the back of his body. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw some rectangles along this path. So far you should have something like this. Next, we're gonna draw some skinnier rectangles in between the other rectangles we just drew. And then some of them I'm actually going to leave partially completed, but you can kind of see now how these are acting as the links. I'm just gonna draw another extra one up there. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill in the holes of the chains like so. If you need to, make your in-between rectangles a little bit wider. And we're just gonna kind of fill in the gaps. It's essentially what we're doing. We're just going around, we're filling in the gaps. We're just gonna go fill in the other side of each link. Usually it will just be an extra line going behind like so. And then we'll just erase any marks that we don't need. And bada boom, bada bing. That is what you call a fly gold chain right there, son. That's actually a good question. What character do you guys think has the best drip? I personally believe it's Vector. He's got the headphones. He's got the gold chain. He's got the gold locks on his cuffs. He's got the kicks, which we're gonna be moving on to in a little bit. Like, you got characters like Jet that kind of give him a run for his money, but no one else in the Sonic universe is quite as stylish as my boy Vector right here. Speaking of those kicks, let's draw some shoes now. So as you can see, we pretty much already have the rough shape of his shoes here. So I'm just gonna kind of trace over this, make it a little bit more rounded, a little bit more sleek looking. And then when we get down to here, we're gonna draw this curve line. We're gonna curve it up just a little bit. And then we're gonna bulge it out. And then we're just gonna draw this bottom curve line like so. I'm actually gonna arc this up just a little bit more. And we're just gonna connect it at the bottom. Gonna erase this line over here and clean it up a little bit. And boom, that's what we have so far. Now, I don't really know what you would call this part of his shoe, but they have this weird like white line thing that kind of comes down here and then ends off and then comes back up like this. Like, I don't know if this is technically like the tongue of his shoe. I think it's just weird how it just kind of ends off like this, but that's how it's drawn. So, I mean, Sega obviously did it for a reason. I'm actually gonna make the shoes a little bit taller. And then they also have a gold stripe like so, and there you go. That's one shoe down. Now the front facing shoe, pretty much the same deal. We're just gonna draw this shape that we drew earlier, have it come down like this, and then around, and bring it down this way, and then we're gonna draw bottoms, the soles of the shoe. It'll kind of come around the other side like this, and then we're gonna add that weird, again, don't really know if this is like considered his shoe tongue or not, but I guess we'll call it that. Bring the line up and around. It almost looks like a horseshoe or like some kind of deformed staple shape. Not really sure what kind of shape I would call this. It's like a worm or spaghetti noodle. Then we're gonna draw the white, I almost said the white stripes. We're gonna draw the gold stripe. All right, y'all, we're nearly there. Now let's move on to the body. So we already pretty much have the body shape outlined for us. So we're just gonna trace over what we had already done. And then we're just gonna make sure we don't overlap with any of the parts that we have already drawn. So we're just gonna bring his body up like so, and there you have it. Now we're just gonna add this little bit right here under his face, and then we're just gonna draw another curved line going down like so, meeting the tip of the tail. Now we're just gonna add in the legs, which are basically two curved lines on each side. I'm actually gonna tweak the body shape just a little bit like that. Okay, just gonna erase unnecessary lines. And now if I turn off our outline layer, you're gonna see a nice cleaner sketch right underneath. Look at that. Erase these little lines, and okay. Now we're gonna add some curved horizontal lines going down this interior area along his belly down to the tip of the tail. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some triangles down his spine. These will be his spine spikes. Make them about yay big, just going all the way down the body up until we get to the end right there. And now, last but not least, let's add in some pupils. So we're just gonna draw oval over here, and then oval over here. And we're gonna add a little oval right there, another little oval right there, and then a third oval in each pupil, just like that. And finally, there we go. We have a finished Vector the Crocodile. Now, if you want to, you can just kind of go around and color in any of the dark spots that need to be colored black, like the cuffs, the headphones, etc. I'm not gonna go around every single part, but you get the idea. You can color in, like the shoes, the hands, or anything. So there you have it. That's how to draw Vector the Crocodile. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys found it helpful. I might do some more tutorials like this in the future, so leave a comment down below telling me what characters you'd like to see. My next video I'm making is actually going to feature Vector in it, so be on the lookout for that. And as I said in the beginning of the video, make sure you follow me on Ko-fi. Make sure you follow me on all my socials, DeviantArt, TikTok, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter. Like the video, subscribe, all that crap. And that's about it. See ya.